Hello and welcome to Dicast Adventures, episode 5 I believe. And okay, so I'm doing a video right now on how to win past 20 turns and the build I got for it. So here we go. The full build is Grey Hen, Return, High Potion, Incinerate, Low Potion, and Escape. It's what I've been running with. I played 2 games with it so far, and I got up to 17 turns, but I accidentally killed my opponent by landing on an attack. And then the next game I got to 20 turns against a Grey Hen, which was pretty lucky coming against a Grey Hen since he has really good survivability, and I brought him down. So I go with the tactical tent so you can still bring them down later instead of the straight Eternal Elm, but that's up to you. It helps you win the matches in between too. If you're getting low and stuff like that, you don't have to try to get it to 20 every time, right? But I got lucky, won my 2 matches, and got one on the next try. So remember, I'm trying to keep alive for 20 turns and just toy with my opponent. And something about this build so far, all the way around, really points to it's a great build. Like, I don't even mind going to jail right now with how many potions I got with Grey Hen. I know it's only a 2-win streak, but for some reason, combining it with Incinerate makes it feel right to me as a build that may not have been thought of before. And the great thing about Return also, I thought, with the deck is that it can move you back to your base instead of possibly landing on an attack or, you know, whatever case may have you in the field. It would be nice to get more HP, but remember, you still want to win at the end, so you got to be able to toy with your opponent as much as you can, and I wouldn't go for failing. Great show of how the return card worked for that there. And the whole time you use your return card, you're building up your AP, so when you get close to 20 turns, you can start to bring them down. And then my advice too is to activate the Divine Power up to full, to activate the fruit as much as you can since you won't be attacking them. And then max your S1 first, or sorry, max your S1 after that. And then your S3, you want to avoid getting your S3 as much as you can. You can also save your large potions and your potion for something to do in jail until you get a pretty good defeat. And it lasts better in this meta because of the reduction to Coffin. It's been nerfed now. It goes from 9/6 to 3. I'm not sure what it does after that. I think it might go to 1. I'm not quite sure. It might still be 3. I haven't checked into it fully, but I played a game and that's how far I got with it so far with the breeze. I didn't stay in there past that. And it's always a breeze when you go to jail. You know, there's like, if you play a game and you didn't have somebody jailed in it, you can assume there wasn't a breeze in the game. I don't know why, I kind of went for an attack there on instinct. I'm glad I didn't get it. So I get thrown into jail. Luckily I have the potion card to play around with. Also, if you don't have Getaway, I would recommend your favorite choice of 0 level card. I think everybody should build their personal choice with it on how they play and have their pick for their 0 level cards. With this build, if they don't have a Coffin, you can also stay in the jail as much as you want to gain turns, as long as your opponent hasn't brought you down too far. So remember, I'm trying literally not to win, but I accidentally went for an attack flag, so you gotta watch yourself. Plus, I'm probably predisposed a little bit to landing next to her to try to do damage with Scarlet, because I just played, I don't know, I played over 1,600 games last season, and I made it to Dice Warrior. I got the achievement. I'm gonna bring her down 1, because I do want to actually win the game. So I got the Dice Warrior title, I mean. And I forget where I was kind of going with that, but we'll bring it back to the point at hand. So I got the Incinerate card. Always use if they fight, unless you have the Steel card, then don't use it. But if you have the Incinerate card after they land on a huge monster, use it. That's like the perfect time to use it no matter what. But I also find it's really interesting to use whenever you want, as long as you catch them with one card in their hand. Oh, and it's a Time Sickle. It makes them move around the board a bit shiftier. Incinerate's actually a really interesting card, and I think it's undervalued. I was one of the only people, or actually I think I've seen one other person out there with it, but this season I was the only one I seen with Incinerate in their deck at all, and I used it for, I don't know, I think 20 games or so. So I'm going to go for the fruit. Always pick up as much fruit as you can on Greyhen when you're trying to get his achievements, by the way. And since I won't be attacking, I want to keep the bubble up with the fruit as much as I can and gain a bunch of health. It's looking pretty good already. I think the bubble prevents her imprisonment, so that's pretty sweet. It's the first time I fought Sneed as Greyhen this patch. Actually, this is my 3rd game as Greyhen. I just know how the champion works from playing the game for so long. I played like 2,000 games as Scarlet, 11 or 13 games as Ivy, and like 7 games as Exer. So I do know the field though, and have read, like, you know, studied over, and like I went really hard out for this season. And my guild came in 1st place, by the way. It's pretty cool. And my guild leader came in 2nd, despite the mild controversy around it. So yeah, I go by Auracard as my handle, in case anybody is wondering. I use it everywhere. So I'm gonna risk landing on the attack now, since I am getting kind of low. Also, if you get with this build your shield or a shield from a level up, you get to level and choose after your shield which one you want to level. So remember that. You have that choice after your shield every time to level which one you want. It's doesn't have to be to your pattern every time. You can be opportunistic. Scarlet has a lot of opportunistic things like that when it comes to landing on their base. Or sorry, I got next to them or whatever. This is going pretty good though. Remember, I have literally tried this whole time not to kill her. So I think now is about the time I start trying. So I get out onto the food block. I kind of like that there's an off season, or not an off season, and there's just a preseason in between everything, because it gives new players a chance to kind of move up the ranks a little bit and get a head start while everybody's working on achievement lists. So I think they should always come up with 2 achievement lists every off season if they can, like the new thing with relocation being released. Oh, let's see what's going on here. Oh, good. She's getting pretty low there. Now she's got some health. See, this is a weird build. You feel like you're picking on the person. Like, I'm picking on her. I'm keeping her alive here. Just for my own amusement. Just for the achievement. My opponent has no idea. They might think I'm really trying and just really unlucky. Like, I've never had the chance to land on an attack block except for twice. The whole game. Everything I put out didn't get me there. I think the person might be catching on. I don't know though. What do you think? You think Yoshi Blizzard's got this? I like Yoshi's Blizzard's name for the season and with Sneed. I can totally understand why he did that. I picked Scarlet because I have kind of an affinity for the color pink. When I have a trick where I can make the flame come out from the end of the cigarette when you light it and make it look different colors by flickering the lighter around. So I went Scarlet with the pink and blue fire skin hardcore. I was like, yeah, I'm the pink fire guy, man. True story. So my opponent has the gold mine. You don't see that too often. I mained the gold mine for quite a while. I'm still trying to invent new ways to make the meta worthy at high HP. But, oh, please don't leave the game. We have so many turns already. Pudding Pop. I guess she was just really deciding there. She's like, I don't know if you think she knows I'm toying with her or not. Because, like, right now I have the chance to try to end her pretty good. It's kind of fun playing for achievements this way. I'm gonna go for the attack on this one. Oh shit, I have 17. No! I thought I only had 12 AP. So maybe Eternal Elm is better for this one, but you get my kind of point with the build. I will play until I get the achievement, because it will unlock my reverse curse. So there will be another game in here. I kind of messed that one up. I should have used the 2, but I was getting kind of low and didn't want to lose. Oh, by the way, I don't really have the opportunity right now, but when you get a victory key, if you have like a bronze chest and a chest almost timed out, time those out if you have a platinum chest first, and then use your victory key to unlock them. The value of the dragon protection is really a lot more valuable if you play it that way. So I'm gonna change over to the Eternal Elm, because my hit points did leave a bit lower that game. But I think that build with Tactical Tent is an actual legitimate, I'm gonna play to win. But we'll try for the actual just the achievement this time. As in I might lose a match quasi on purpose. I don't know. At least we get another video for this, and it's not just I get one video. So I'm going to incinerate off the bat, limit her card list for the rest of the game, the entire game. So if we had some kind of other card anyway. Didn't have a special one, I don't think. Incinerate off first turn is really powerful, because if they are using blue cards, they would be so out of cards and problems throughout the whole game, it's crazy. So my opponent is really disadvantaged right now. She has no coordination over her movements, which is, she probably has only enough dice to make 1 or 2 choices, and if she has a special card, this whole time she's based on the dice she gets from her deck. So since it doesn't cost you, since it costs them a card on their turn, it's really valuable. So I'm gonna go for the food. And then, unless I get something to go past, I'll probably use the return next turn to go back to my base. Actually, I might take this one. I think that's a better choice. Oh, but you can accidentally kill him again. I don't know, that's a weird thing with this deck. It's a conundrum. Okay, I'm gonna make the choice this early on to get 1 attack in. It's a calculated decision. Ivy's pretty powerful. Although getting tied up, I don't really mind too much right now. So I'm gonna use the high potion and keep my return for as long as I can. I think I made a mistake last game. I could have saved it for, well, technically I could have used the 2, but for a situation where it would have been valid, that I almost got the attack on her, I could have used the return to get out of it if I had no other options. So I'm going to save it this time. We learn as we go. I had some interesting builds with Scarlet this season. I actually had a video with 4 wins I did out on my deck with me and my neighbor hanging out, but the win was too harsh and the whole video was garbage. I had 4 wins. I had like 4 losses or 3 or 4 losses in a row in a video before the season. I was at 62 rank, and I was like, oh, I don't know. I want to play. It's like, should I keep my rank the way it is in case I lose? And I was like, no, I'm going to play. If that's my rank, that's my rank, right? So I lost actually 4 games, and then I won a game, and then I actually lost 3, I think is what it was. And then I won a game or something like that, or had 8 losses pretty much in a row. And then I got 4 wins at the very end and brought myself to 68th in total by the end of the season is what I was at. So I'm almost playing to win there, because I was going to use my return instead of picking up this fruit and pick up the attack for later. But I think I got her strung out on a leash. I think I can keep her. With her having the Eternal Elm and not being able to accidentally kill herself, which is one of the reasons I kind of want to keep attacking her a little bit, because she can win. So when it comes to turn 3, it's like, oh, I get how many fruits I've had and everything, but when it comes to turn 20, I mean, when you see the map change, if you haven't played the game too much before, I think I'm going to level up getting my shield. Oh, I didn't get it. Interesting way to play might be to try to let her kill herself on my Retribution for an extra achievement with Greyhand. But I'm saying, like, in the meta, I always wanted to kind of play Greyhand, but the reason I actually picked Scarlet as my main champion before I saw the skin and got a little more into the game is because I really liked Ivy. I had 100% win rate with her with 8 wins, and I'd just gotten Scarlet, and I wanted Scarlet's Firewall for Ivy's attack. So I'm going to go with the least chance of getting a good block for myself, as it were. I guess I could have just used the even. Probably would have been best. Kind of didn't notice I got locked there. So we're at turn 11. That's not a good card to play. Actually, I will do her 1 more point of damage if I can. Perfect. Yes! That's the perfect card for her. Slows her down and puts her out of action. I think that was a good choice. The fact that I got Blizzard, I guess Earthquake would have been good too, but Blizzard slowing her down that much? Oh yeah, right on. Attack buff. Not even moving. So I'm going to use a small potion. Just going to delay a little bit. Because that's what I'm saying with this deck is, if you notice, I'm toying with the opponent and purposefully, like, I could have rolled for chances to land on the attacks by now and probably won. And it's just feeling like, I don't know, almost a little too easy. Like right now I could probably kill her, but I gotta use the low, I guess. So it's pretty OP. I always thought Greyhen was the strongest when everybody had the meta with Breeze and everything else. And maybe Breeze was, but I still think I won most of my Breeze matches. So the meta wasn't as fair, but there still were ways around it. And when I went with the heavy against Breeze tactics in my play, like staying away from her as much as you can, maybe getting around the map and getting stunned instead of going to her jail, and using returns or stuff like that early on with Gold Mine and stuff like that, and I don't know, it's interesting. So no matter what, I land on an attack. Time to go back to base. See what I mean? That was the first time where I couldn't specifically say pretty well I wasn't going to land on an attack 80 to 90% of the time. Remember, don't level your Retribution unless it's towards late game and you have to, or she's low enough and it's past turn 20 and she can hit your shield for those juicy achievement lists. Oh, and she returns too? No way, this is going to make it past turn 20. I don't think she's going to accidentally kill herself or have me kill her, hopefully. Oh, I wish she could reverse curse me right now. See, this is what I mean, like I'm having troubles not winning the game on purpose. And I admit it's only been 3 matches, but I won the other 2. And I did get the past 20 on the achievement list, so I did just toy with the person the whole time. I have 77 HP. We're at turn 15 now. And this just came from me trying to get my reverse curse title. Ironic that it comes up right now that I got a reverse curse that other turn. But if I win this match, I actually get that as my card. I win as the achievement. I have 4 right now out of the 5 for the achievement list. Oh, I'm glad that wasn't a book block. I thought that was a book block for a second. I got distracted again. Turn 16. Oh, and a stun? I don't even have to worry about accidentally jumping on that book block or something. And I get the fruit next turn? This is working out. I'm gonna have a really good head start on her for getting, oh, maybe not. Oh, don't tell me she takes me down at this point. Oh, I think she might. Oh, no way. She got lucky. But it is a very good build, nonetheless. So I went for Don't Die, but I think Ivy's probably the worst person to fight during that, getting eventually trapped at the end in her vines. But, for example, right now, normally I would time out my gold chest, what I was talking about, the victory keys. I time out that one gold chest, and then start unlocking my other gold chest, and then time out the platinum chest with the victory key. The only time I haven't really followed that is whenever I earn a victory key, kind of that I go through my chest and unlock them, except for when I'm like walking around or doing something, and, you know, like anything kind of, you know, like just like a little task at the side, like rolling or anything. And yeah, so this is going pretty good. I got to 17 turns and it was, you know, pretty amazing that she took me down that quickly. But that's Ivy for you. Okay, I guess we'll do one more match. But I don't know, do we want to try to change the build, or do we want to keep going with it to see if it's... I think we should go with it to see if it's fundamental. Or maybe I should leave Incinerate out. Actually, I'm going to do one, okay? If you don't have Incinerate yet, and you're working on this achievement, we'll do one for this too, a video. Let's see here. Gotta be something I want to put in there for 2. Oh, actually, I think maybe even a better card for it, sorta. Because the Incinerate actually makes it so they might land on traps more often than I'm thinking of it. It's just a really good build. But if you include Swap, you have another position yourself away from the opponent. Remember, I played with that Ivy and took a loss in the preseason. That affects my results later. That's what's kind of cool about not having an off-season. I think maybe, because I was thinking there should be an off-season, because it's like, oh wow, I just invested 3 months of my life where I gamed every day, man. Like, I had to take breaks from working to game. You know what I mean? I had to get my 30 games for the day, build up my score. But it allows people like me to sneak in, because I wasn't from first season 2 or 1 and 2 from the beginning. I did start playing the game, I think it was in January or February of this year, but I didn't play it too heavy, and it seemed like a little too intense for me at first, and really expensive, right? Because this game's a lot different than a lot of other games. You can spend a lot of money at once in this game to get ahead. But if you work out the player time and everything that it takes to actually earn this shit on your own and never be someone who invests money, those players that are working for that kind of stuff, it protects the value of their prestige in the field. And Also, it's a very hard meta to get around, but as long as there's achievement lists for people that have played and are within the top 100 to keep kind of playing around and having something to do beyond just build rank for a while, I think it allows people a chance to come up like I did and get into the top 100 when they took the first season seriously. You know what I mean? I had a couple games before in the second season. I only had like 10 games, right? This is a game I'm really passionate about. I think it's one of the coolest games ever. And yeah, I don't know. I really like it. It's interesting that I have a relocation block right now. I'm so tempted to use it. Hopefully I get to use... Oh yeah, I didn't use reverse curse last time, did I? So we're going for an even. I don't know, I'm pretty low already. I don't know if I should actually go for the achievement. But for the video, I will. See? I might have just tried to win there instead. But these achievements kept me from trying to do that right now. I could have won that Ivy game for sure. Well, not certainly for sure, but pretty for sure. Okay, so pick up the fruit. I got the perfect build for it. I have a time sickle to take her down at the end if I bring her low enough. I have the swap return to get away from stuff. The only thing that's kind of crappy is I have the relocation. That can really accelerate a game. Might even use this one as oh, reverse curse, so I do get to show it. If I get this game to 20 turns and I win, I get reverse curse. That's good for me, that's successful. Players can hurt themselves. What do I want to do here for next turn? Okay, return, I guess. I'm gonna swap her into jail. Shield's really important to come up when I'm playing against the Scarlet, so I might have to tap her to get a shield for a while. Otherwise her Ignite breaks all my shields when they come up. I believe it's called Ignition. Ignition, yeah. Guess Ignite's overused. Okay, so I am going to swap out, send him to jail. We still both have pretty high health totals. Evading the attack for another turn. A relocation would be pretty interesting past turn 20. I'm hoping to save it for that. We really don't want to use the relocation here. It accelerates the game out of hand. When relocation comes out, I understand why they must have changed Frenzy, because it's going to be a crazy game when relocation comes out. Everything, like, there's so many attacks that come up, and like, just, it's like kind of like a mini hit turn 20, sorta. Oh, I was thinking I was gonna land next to her and do damage. That's what she does. Played lots of Scarlet games though. I think I'm around 2000. We'll check when I get out of this game and achievement list. Okay, so I'm gonna send her to jail again. Collect some HP in a level. Leveling too quick kind of makes me nervous, though. This should be the point where I ask the audience, what do you think, guys? You think I should bring her down a peg or two? Make sure I don't come out at a loss at the end like that Ivy game. But I don't know. The app I have to stream on Twitch, for the first time I found one that actually Twitch registers that I've been streaming with. Oh no, please don't quit.
Give me a pop.
Oh my god, it's like 1 in 100 this happens in this game. People take it so seriously. Hope my opponent isn't pissed off that I might be straggling her along for my achievement and comes back into the match. It's actually a not bad thing for me if she misses the one turn to get my achievement, but I don't know. I'm glad this game is forgiving and doesn't give you any penalties, at least as far as I've encountered when it comes to being out of matches. I've never conceded. I think I accidentally screwed up on one game and I accidentally went out of it, but when I came back into the game after and having been bumped out of a game once before by some random event, I don't know, I didn't have any penalty after. It's like, it's not a big deal, it's a 2-minute segment, they gotta win, they're happy, move on. Which is okay. It's really rare in this game. Like, people take it seriously, and I think it's fair, because when people are working as the free accounts, is what free accounts don't get. If I come in here and pay money, and it's not towards the value of what your time is to earn that game stuff for yourself, we're just getting overpowered by people that make money more than we do, and being fodder in a way if you have a low income or just don't want to invest that much money into your game. So, I know the prices and everything are costly, and I gotta say, you know, I can't even get the Ivy skin for myself right now, but it inspired me to do this Grey Hen game with some budgeting and make this video for you. You know, I had to make a purchase to get gems and save them up instead of making the outright purchase on my budget. It was just too much, and I can wait for my Ivy skin. Even though I kind of got trapped into playing Scarlet for the season because she was my most leveled, and I totally got attached to her because of the pink fire thing. That's what inspired me. So I'm gonna reverse dice her and grab the bread. I think I'm gonna make the game interesting and use the relocation right at turn 20 if I can. So once again, I've straddled out a game for the process of this build working at all, and I know I've changed it up a bit for people who don't have Incinerate. Oh, I hope I remember what card I put in there. Oh, I can put her in jail? Perfect! What card did I put in instead of Incinerate? Oh yeah, swap. Yeah, that was a good choice. Okay, so won't kill her if I hit an attack this time. So it is kind of a mistake, but with this build, with that build in the tactical tent, I don't know, I'm going to be playing that after his Grey Hen for his achievements, I think. Because it'll allow me to get his retribution up. Sit there and beat a wall. So I'll use the low. So I'll have 44 health more than my opponent. So if this hurts me, I'm not going to suffer too badly from it. Once again, with these dex builds and the potions with Grey Hen, it does make it so I can straddle a game on pretty well, which is a lot of winnability for it in my opinion. and might prove what I kind of thought was the meta, that Greyhen is OP. But they nerfed him pretty good. I think maybe there should be a lowered damage for retribution. Oh, my opponent. What? No, don't leave. No. No. Not one turn away. Boppets. Boppets. Never again, Boppets. My opponent's gonna leave on me. I hope not. It's almost turn 20. They're probably pissed off and being like, screw you, you used me for an achievement. It's pretty fucking obvious. Oh, I'm sorry I swore there, folks. My bad. My apologies. I really try not to do that on stream. Please play. Please play. No. No, no way. Calmo did that to me. That guy plays a lot of games. He had like 5,000 games last season. I thought I played a lot. At 1,600 around. Okay, well I got my victory key. I should probably use it instead of timing up my chest with it and everything. See how long the video is so far. Oh, 36 minutes, that's not bad. I can add a little bit more to that. I kind of want it to be under an hour though. I don't want this explanation to go too long. But for sake of the game, okay, Swap is kind of a high level card too. I'm not sure. How do you get Swap? I'll check real quick. Oh, that's not a high level card. You get that. Arrive at base 10 times to unlock is how you get Swap. That's how early you can use that card. I totally forgot about that. Wow. What is another card that would really help in this situation? So you can keep swapping it, I guess. It's a really early card. Return's kind of a late card. But for this achievement list, sorry I'm making a decision, let you go wait on the fly here. I'll go with Hunter for another priority build. Actually, let's go back to the Incinerate and use it with the proper tree. I don't know about using the swap card. Did work out good in that game. I think Calmo purposely cheated me out of that 20. He like realized I was stringing him along. We have kind of a history in matches. I'm not sure where he made it in the leader charts, but I did play him a couple times. And he didn't have happy emojis during them, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I won them all, but I think we played at least 2 matches. I think it was like a win and a loss or something like that, I can't remember, but he had emojis at some certain moments where it's like, oh, okay, that's a little cheeky, but alright. Yeah, but, yeah. Plays a lot of games, gotta give him credit. I think he must have had close to the most games this season out of anybody, or last season. Check his results if you ever get into it. Because that Calmo guy, man, from last season, he had so, like, I have to say, he didn't get top anything really, I don't think. But he played a lot of games. Like, he had a legitimate presence this season. I think he has like a 45% to 40% win streak, literally. But literally like 5,000 games. Go, 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 go. hardcore. But once again, it could be just my like warrior's pride in me, and Calmo really could have had a bad moment there, because there was the point where he slipped and lost a card earlier, so there could have been something going on. And it did come on to be a long game, so if something was going on, something could have happened. But I don't know. Just from the way he was, I don't know. I'd like to think we have a little bit of a rivalry. Like, the guy's got so many games. Like, I don't know. He had more of a presence on the field than anyone else that I've seen in the leader charts. Yeah, in a bit when I'm done my video, okay, Ryan?
You can video?
Yeah, I'm making a video right now. Of the game. Yeah. It is broken. So I got a stun. That's really useful in the field of play right now. And so is my potion, of course. So like I said, swap for instead of incinerate would be my choice. I thought it was a higher level card. Swap's a really powerful card. I never used the thing. I don't know, it's mostly used for jailing people that I've noticed. Is what people do for like first turn jails, even if they go to your base with a coffin or something like that. I've seen a lot of those before. But I don't know, there's just certain things I don't want to use because it seems too powerful. I want to come up with something new. Interesting to me. Like my use of incinerate here. I don't know. Like I said, there was one guy in the game that played the card Incinerate that I noticed. Other than that, I didn't see anybody. And that was only one game I fought against him. A lot of cards were underplayed this year. I didn't see certain cards, I don't think at all, if I look through the deck. Well, maybe that's not true. What didn't I see, really? Low attack buff is really rare. I don't know, I guess something I've never really seen in somebody's deck is usually like an odd card, although I used to like them. I don't know, just find that out there. I think that's the only one I literally didn't see. I was thinking of all the cards. I didn't see Steel card out there either. Some of the Grand Champions had that one. Or all the Grand Champions did if they unlocked their achievement for it. So, I think I'll take the portal. My opponent's really low this game, so I gotta be careful with it. Yeah. This is a brutal build. It's mean. It's like I can just outlast you. I can't wait to play this game ham style and just go with like getting them to die by getting my retribution strikes. It's gonna be such a funny build for that. Because if, like I said, that Incinerate first turn really screwed that Irie over. She got pretty dang lucky there. I think it was like 1 in 36 odds because she got like 2 1 in 6s or something like that. Right at the end to get those attacks in or something like that. I can't remember. It seemed like a lot, really bit wide odds when she did that. Can't remember for sure though. Everybody will be able to check though. One day I'll have an audience and I'll get working on Twitch. It says I've been broadcasting on it, but it doesn't leave a video after. I'm not sure if there's like a certain amount of viewers you have to have that your video sticks. But there's other people out there with videos already. Oh, what is going on lately? Oh, people aren't rage quitting on me, are they? This is really weird. I've never had people quit like this before. What is going on? I think they should almost make some of these achievements for friends. They should come up with a friend achievement list for one thing, but I don't know. This person almost seems like, it seems like people are getting upset that I'm stringing out the game on them. I've never had people disconnect, like miss turns like this before. And I played a lot of games. 2,000's a lot, if anything, I think. May not be the most of something, but it's definitely quite a few of doing any one thing, other than breathing or something like that. But even in a day, you only take so many breaths. Like, it's pretty much like you got an average of like 1,000 or the 10,000 minutes a day to kind of I actually don't mind being in the coffin too much. It's not like before. It's weird playing to get achievements instead of rank coming out of the season like that. Maybe now my opponent won't be more enticed to pay attention to the game. Once I'm done my video. I'm so glad they put that to 4. 5 was ridiculous. You had nowhere to hide on the map. She got 2 attacks in a row. She just threw you in jail from like all the way across the base almost. It was crazy. And I like that, because like, I like that you get the food now and stuff like that, because when I first landed on one, I assumed I was going to get the food, and I was surprised I didn't. I was like, what? I destroy it? I thought I might even get attack flags. I wasn't sure on that. I thought that was pretty crazy, but like the first time I played Breeze and actually encountered her and had a game with her, it was like, whoa. Oh, what's going on?
Please play. I need you to get to 20 turns.
So in the preseason, you can either go achievement scouting pretty well, free playing, just playing how you want to play, there's nothing wrong with that, or going straight for rank again and building your way up to, like I did in the preseason. I focused on getting as much RP as I could. I placed into Diamond, which put me into Platinum 3 or 4 is what I got into when I first started, and then I built up in that season to Masters. So there still is a possibility to build your way up from the Roth, as it were. At least if you start in the preseason. Probably even if you start in the regular season, I would imagine there is a way to build yourself up that way. But you gotta be dang good at the game early on. Oh, this isn't good. Okay, one more match. Hopefully it's against the Greyhound. But you kind of get the point, right? So, okay, I'll go with some of the play here. I don't really like being against a Trixie in this. I would have totally had that win at Calmo not disconnected though. You get first aid from the progressive achievement list. I'm making a video. No worries. And I kind of want to build my way up on it. So I'm going to use my Incinerate. I have yet to make it to Grandmasters though, and I was thinking of just gaining RP and trying to go straight to Grandmasters to get the steel card. I don't know, I just thought I want to have all the cards. Kinda. Obviously, right? But I don't know, a lot of the achievements are pretty tricky. And there's certain champs I don't really want to play too much. Like, I don't want to come up with those games where it's just 2 GBs with bombs all over the place, or throwing each other back and forth to jail all the time. Like, I imagine Breeze against Breeze games are quite the trip. I've never played Breeze myself. I'm just gonna happily stay in prison for a while. If I get too low, I will start to win. I hope you don't mind watching the video for so long. I'm not going to edit it and come out with just one of them. I'm going to come out with the video as I'm going here. Because you can see I would have already got one of the achievements. Almost like 100% had that one Scarlet done that, or Calmo. I should quit referring to him as Calmo. He probably just had a disconnect. I'm sorry I said that, Calmo, if you see this. Like, I don't know. Warrior's Pride. You kind of pissed me off with them cheeky emotes one day or something. And you just play so goddamn much. I don't know how you do it, man. You're a real champion. Fuck, like, I don't know. 5,000. I get 5,000 games, yo. Who is more of a presence in the field than Calmo? I don't see it anywhere. All the leaders have, like, I don't know, the top I've seen is like, what, 2,600? Calmo's got like 5,000 last season games. Shit score, but still, he never fucking gave up. I think that's pretty cool. Well, it looks like the survivability of this guild kind of padded out. But you get my point with it. So I won't make the video too long and stretch it out. You've seen I would probably get the achievement. I'll make another video called Reverse Curse, and it'll be towards the end of the game where I'm using the same build. Master Challengers play a match? Oh, I got my achievements in Masters finished off. Cool. I had like 12 games so far this season, I think. Let's see here. I remember I said I was going to do something about my rank. So my rank's gotten pretty low compared to what it used to be at 62, but I have been purposefully losing games pretty much. So I'm 11th in Canada. Oh yeah, I was going to show you the achievement list. So for the achievement, records to impossibility, what I've been talking about. I would have unlocked this achievement if that guy hadn't disconnected pretty well. So I think you get the gist of it from my video, and I think it's a really interesting build. And if you don't have Incinerate, just throw in Swap. You know, do what you can. Thank you for watching. That's Dicast Adventures.